video. Democracy and Business video recorded on November 25th, 2024 today. In this video, I will explain the fine line that connects democracy and business, starting with defining the three pillars of power: politics, product and service corporations, and financial institutions. Politics today is in a great debate between the left and the right. The left seeks resource collection and distribution through public institutions, while the right proposes no tax and policies that free the invisible hand of the market. Both have their benefits and drawbacks. The left seeks social development that is inefficient, and the right seeks an uncontrolled invisible hand. It is well known that greater competition in markets tends to make the products or services offered more efficient and competitive, thanks to companies trying to gain larger market shares. Democracy and business are intrinsically linked as industry owners decide the course of societies. If a society obtains more revenue from agriculture, the owners of these sectors will influence the decisions of the other two pillars so that the entire society focuses on producing more agriculture, leaving other industries behind. This is one reason why lower income societies lose competitiveness compared to societies that focus on cutting-edge products or services. Cutting-edge industry refers to a breakthrough in the history of a more advanced technique compared to others, generating more products or services in less time, with fewer resources. First Industrial Revolution, mechanical; Second Industrial Revolution, electrification; Third Industrial Revolution, digitalization; and the Fourth Industrial Revolution, smart automation. Robotics, artificial intelligence, quantum computers, biotechnology, microchips, and renewable energy are some of the industries that will give the next market that adapts to its societies global leadership. Now, to understand what democracy really is, it is necessary to understand financial statements and how they work. I will explain it in a moment. First, every time we buy a product or service, the payment is divided through the value chain and the stakeholders that influence the completion of the final product or service to the consumer from the main producer. A simple example would be a bottle of water. It is being sold by a reseller, produced by a bottling company, which in turn purchased the bottle and distributed it through a logistics company. Everyone paid taxes and possibly earnings to their respective shareholders, and interests if they have taken a loan. Every time you pay for that bottle of water, you are contributing money to all these institutions and their respective shareholders. Do you know who they are? Your leaders. Now, it's enough to know who the wealthiest are in your country to understand who is really driving the politics of your country. The wealthiest people control the key industries and therefore their interests, which move the country in that direction through resource collection and political influence, and through interests and returns in financial institutions. Remember financial statements? These are accounting structures for a company, measuring daily transactions, defining what a company has and its capacity to pay debts and generate profits. They provide company management the ability to analyze the amount of cash they have to avoid losing liquidity. These are divided into daily entries, record daily transactions, and organize them. Balance sheet: assets equal liabilities plus equity. Assets are everything a company owns measured in money. Liabilities are what a company owes, and equity is what it has paid with the money of its shareholders, owners. Income statement measures the expense percentages in relation to sales and the company's ability to generate profits. Cash flow shows corporate leaders where cash is located and the company's ability to always have cash to pay its responsibilities. Now, in order to make a real change, you must understand the financial statements of the companies you consume from. because that's how you'll understand who they're buying from, what they're buying, where they're buying from, who works there. Because every time you buy, you're voting to keep those institutions doing what they're doing. The larger and more influential they are in a country's sector, the more you'll understand local government policies. What is my proposal? I invented an artificial intelligence that analyzes the spending of companies so that instead of the money coming out of the shareholders' pockets, it comes from financial institutions' pockets. This is beneficial for both because, in the case of shareholders, they make money without spending their own, and the financial institution generates returns on the loan amount. Now, I want to create a public institution that will be responsible for providing that capital for loans, replacing all taxes, to companies and products and services, but with interest channeled with the following priorities: maximum number of citizens with access to health, education, and housing, provided through a card that contains funds so they can purchase the products or services they deem most appropriate, specifically in these three areas, without affecting the Earth's vital signs according to NASA. This is important because if we seek economic stability, one factor that greatly affects this is unpredictable weather. So, incentivizing policies to invest in companies that use meters to stabilize these indicators without harming economic sectors, seeking policies that incentivize cutting-edge sectors, update outdated sectors, and allow competition between different market sectors to prevent monopolies and result in more supply and greater development through the market's invisible hand. Remember, your vote counts every time you buy something. If you want to make a real change, ask yourself, who is the shareholder of this company? Any questions? Leave your comment. Welcome to the Democracy in Business channel.